Traders, stop judging your system on only 5 trades when it takes hundreds of trades to get an accurate read. In this video, I'm going to show you why this dollar cost averaging zone is near the 200 exponential moving average and why that matters. What the weekly structure is signaling right now, the exact level that confirms bullish continuation, and why this expansion could build slowly before it accelerates. Okay? Also, full updates on Morpho and the recent Litecoin stop out, and the Bitcoin entry that I am now positioned in. Bitcoin is back inside the do not sell here zone, and historically, every time price returned to this level after breaking resistance, people sold. And Bitcoin created all-time highs. Right now, people are nervous. Some are calling it weakness, others are quietly positioning. This is not a comfort zone, people. This is a decision zone. And one side of the market is about to be very wrong. Also, I have a risk-free position in Morpho that's running right now. I also closed a 3-to-1 Bitcoin long position. That was nice. And now I'm positioned for a short with reduced risk. If this structure plays out like it has before, we could be early. Okay? Now, do me a favor, people. Like the video and subscribe if you want analysis like this every single day. All you have to do is click on the like button right here, just like that. And let's go to 40 likes because it really helps out the channel. All right? And you get your notifications as well. Now, if you also want entries and risk management and real-time updates, make sure you go to the free Telegram channel. The link is right here in the description. All right, traders, let's go! So let's begin here with the macro because you need to know what's going on here, people. So we have billionaire Jack Dorsey's Square just started accepting Bitcoin payments for small business owners. Has he really just started? I don't know. Let's take a quick listen to this video.
All right, good morning. So we're here at Compass Coffee, and we're going to be filming the first Bitcoin transaction using Square. So, sir, what can I get for you?
I'd love a pumpkin spice latte if you have any.
Yeah, we got a PSL for you. There's no need to be embarrassed.
All right, awesome. How many sats is that going to be?
That's going to be 6,526 sats.
All right, perfect. Just happened to have some sats on me. There we go. Pay 6,000 sats.
So sick.
All right.
That's that.
Thank you very much.
That's the beauty of Bitcoin, Lightning Network.
Yeah, okay, great. So the thing is, look, this is real adoption, right? Real usage and real integration. This isn't speculation, but if you caught the number on his phone there, it said that he paid over 6,000 Bitcoin, which was the equivalent of like $7.29 or something. I mean, if you do the math, that means Bitcoin was over a penny at the time of this video. I don't know if this is some kind of joke, but I mean, talk about a bad trade, man. I mean, this guy's probably one of those kind of guys that drives one of those fake race cars with the loud exhaust systems. Winner! Okay, anyway, here we go. It's time for a Michael Saylor impression. Michael Saylor just said Bitcoin's going to 10 trillion billion again. Let's take a listen.
About where you see Bitcoin hitting at the end of the year and in a year from now when we're back at this conference?
Well, I think Bitcoin's going to continue to grind up. I think the volatility is coming off of it as the industry becomes more structured with more derivatives and more ways to hedge it. Our expectation right now is end of the year, it should be about $150,000. And that's the consensus of the equity analysts that cover our company and the Bitcoin industry right now. I don't know why it won't grind up to $1 million a coin over the next 4 to 8 years.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So, I mean, you know, look, I mean, whether that's, you could call it nuts, but he's thinking in decades. You know, we know this guy. But speaking of nuts, I mean, you got some pretty big balls, Michael. Thank you. Would you like to know how big they really are? Not really. That wasn't a no, so I'll share. My balls are so big that I can't actually store them in my pants anymore. I actually have to rent out storage units for each ball. Okay, Michael, too much information. My pleasure. All right, let's move along. Oh, this guy. I love this guy. So your favorite neighborhood bald banker. His company just bought $278 million worth, Mr. Powers, of Bitcoin, the largest asset manager in the world, accumulating while people sit there and get nervous about red candles. I mean, this guy's no joke. And you know what? He's also not part of the hair club for men, that is. No hair club for men for him. Anyway, all right, let's move along here. Let's take a look at the first chart. So, Bitcoin monthly. On the monthly time frame, we are back inside a very important structural zone. This is the same pattern we saw earlier in the cycle. Resistance forms, right? And then what happens? It breaks, right? And then resistance retest, the price retests that zone, right? People banging out again, right? And then eventually it goes to new highs. Okay, so we're in that situation right now. This is not a random area. This is where expansion begins. So again, if you're selling here blindly, you better have strong conviction or something. You better have some good reasons, because this is what the probability looks like from here. Historically, this zone has built all-time highs. So you have to keep that in mind and, measure the risk on those shorts. This is not emotional selling territory. This is positioning territory. So like I have a short, but again, it's a very small time frame. We'll get into that here in a moment. Let's move along. So Bitcoin weekly, right? We had a consolidation, as you can see here. Then it broke through there, right? And then it went into the manipulation as it pulled into support. Now we are potentially in an area where these shorts get squeezed out, right? So confirmation, we need to see weekly candles opening and closing strongly above the previous 2 weeks ranges, right? And then we'll start to see this illustration that we see in the chart. That's what we're anticipating. So we need bullish strength. And right now, liquidity has been cleared from this zone, which means that the bearish expansion is still possible, right? So on the monthly time frame, we have an accumulation zone, but on the weekly, we still need our confirmation. Now let's move on to the daily time frame, right? So here, price swept liquidity, right? Because we're at a decisive point, and it created a bullish engulfing candle. You can see that right here. This is very important, right? So we closed now above the level that I marked, but still below resistance. Now, this is important. It must show bullish strength. If it does not, then we could see a bearish close, a formation of what's called a fair value gap, which is what we have going on right here, right? And that's important because we can then retest the next day and then break out above the resistance, right? So both scenarios are valid. What matters is how the price closes, okay? No guessing, only adjusting. All right, let's move on to the Morpho trade. So Morpho is running clean. The stop loss is now at the 161.6 level, and the trade is risk-free. Even if price pulls back below the first profit objective, we're protected. If continuation happens, great. We're looking at the second profit objective, right? And structure still favors that scenario. All right, now let's take a look at the Bitcoin on the 1 hour, because this is the this is the long that delivered a 3-to-1 reward risk. So it was a 2% risk trade, and I booked $622.35. The liquidity was consumed, price pushed, and we had a clean trade. All right, now momentum is cooling. So what do? We adapt. Now let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Remember I said earlier I have a short? Yes, on a 30-minute time frame, because price is pulling back. And now here's the thing. We have the trade here, right? And since I've secured profits earlier today, I don't want to take a full risk on this one. So the risk is 0.5%, and the leverage is 10x. Now, if I lose small. If I win, it's another 1% return. And by the way, you say, well, where was this called? It was called in a Telegram channel, people. So if you're not in there, I don't know why you're not in there yet. So the risk management here protects the capital, and we don't give back our green days. Now, speaking of that, let's take a look at this, because we need to talk about the trade challenge. The current account status is at $10,000. The balance is at $10,890, right? With a profit of basically 8.9%, 9 trades, a win rate of 44.5%, and a profit factor of 3.04. Now, read that part again. A win rate under 50%, but the profit factor is above 3. That is what you call an advantage. That is what you call a positive expectancy in a trade plan. That's risk management, okay? And that's why we don't focus on being right. We focus on reward risk, and we focus on the plan. Litecoin, it went to the stop. Okay, no emotions. Bitcoin, 3-to-1, went straight to its profit objective. Morpho, still running, risk-free. right? New setups forming. We're not gambling. All we're doing is following the plan. Now, people, all of these trades are done on the WeX platform, especially for leverage plays and clean management. And every single trade is journaled in the Profit Precision platform, okay? Everything, the win rate, the profit factor, no guessing, all data. And yes, by the way, this platform is completely free to use, all the premium features and everything. So if you're serious about becoming consistent, you need to journal, right? This is not just motivation. This is numbers, and you need a data-driven, plan. All right, so now, people, let me just be honest with you. I'm bringing trades here, new trade setups almost every single day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, alts. We have all types of trades, swing trades, leverage plays, everything, right? Entries, we have stop losses, we have live management, we have adjustments in real time. Everything goes to the Telegram channel first, before the move, not after. So make sure you go to the description because that's where the link is, and make sure you click on it right here and you're in there because it's still free, people. You're getting all this for free. Right? I cannot emphasize that enough. There's no excuse for not being in there, right? This market is compressing. And when the expansion starts, it's going to move fast. So if you want to watch this $10,000 to $100,000 challenge grow in real time, and you want structured setups instead of being emotional about everything, and you want to see real-time trades, not hindsight, make sure you join the Telegram in the links. All right, trader, I'll see you in the next one, people. Let's go!